Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, January 9th, 2023, and giving you our team picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want to access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comment section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comment section below. For our first parlay pick is Washington Wizards vs New Orleans Pelicans. With both Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson listed as out for this game, this will be tough to see how they can score well and win here. There is a difference between these teams at turning the ball over, as the Pelicans are 22nd in the sport with 14.6 turnovers per game, while the Wizards are 12th with 13.5 turnovers per game as well. The New Orleans Pelicans aren't the same team on the road as they are at home, and frankly, they're not playing well at the moment without Zion and Ingram. The Washington Wizards continue to quietly win games here and there, and they're shooting 51.3% from the field in their last 5 games. The New Orleans Pelicans have not been quite as sharp recently, losing 4 out of their last 5 games as they deal with several key injuries. Scoring leader Zion Williamson remains out of action, while Brandon Ingram is also unlikely to play. The Pelicans have lost 3 straight road games, while the Wizards are solid at home where they are 10-7 on the season. Our team pick is Washington Wizards minus 1.5 points. Furthermore, the Pelicans' offense has cooled down due to the injuries. They have only averaged 110 points in their last 5 games, notably lower than their season average of 117 points. Meanwhile, the Wizards are flourishing offensively, posting an average of 117.3 points in their last 5 games. New York Knicks vs Milwaukee Bucks. The Milwaukee Bucks are getting the benefit of the doubt with this line, but the bottom line is they've been in terrible form these last 2 weeks, and they're on the road where they lose by an average of 5 points. The New York Knicks are back on one of their mini hot streaks, and you know they'll be up for this game at home at the Garden. I have no interest in backing Milwaukee following its disastrous performance against Charlotte. It was not just a blowout loss, but it was a blowout loss against one of the worst teams in the NBA. The Bucks have now covered the spread just 3 times in their last 9 games, including once in their last 5 road games. New York has been trending in the opposite direction, covering the spread 12 times in its last 17 contests. Our team pick is New York plus 3 points. The Knicks are riding a 4-game winning streak and are trending in a much more promising direction than Milwaukee, which continues to play without Middleton. Boston Celtics vs Chicago Bulls. The Chicago Bulls and Boston Celtics meet Monday in NBA action at the TD Center. The Chicago Bulls have won 8 of their last 11 games. The Boston Celtics have won 6 of their last 8 games. The Chicago Bulls got their 3rd straight win with a 126-118 triumph over the Utah Jazz at home Saturday. Zach LaVine scored 36 and DeMar DeRozan dropped 35 in the win. Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan are still working through the kinks of playing with one another, but the Bulls are playing a lot better than they were a month ago. Lonzo Ball remains out, but they should be getting Alex Caruso back for this game. They have been strong offensively, ranking top 6 in field goal and 3-point field goal percentage. Also, they have had a ton of success against Eastern Conference foes lately, winning 7 of their last 9. The Boston Celtics area always going to be favored at home, given how they're playing overall, but they have been shaky over the last couple of weeks, and the Bulls are on a heater right now. The Bulls are winning out of nowhere, and they're shooting 52.1% from the field and 42.6% from 3 in their last 5 games. LaVine has played out of his mind the last few days. The C's 0-3 against the spread against the Bulls this season will likely take the court without Smart on Monday. Chicago has been playing much better lately as well. LaVine is getting back on track following off-season knee surgery, shooting a combined 17 for 25 from distance in the past 2 games. He and DeRozan are a potent combo when they're fully healthy. Boston's opponents are shooting 45.0% from the mid-range this season, the 8th highest percentage in the league. As you've probably heard, DeRozan is the king of the mid-range game. Even Luka Doncic marvels at his mid-range superiority. Chicago is 15-10-2 as an underdog and 10-6-1 against the spread as a road underdog. It's also 5-0-1 against the spread in its last 6 games after scoring more than 125 points in its previous game and 6-1 against the spread in its last 7 games playing on 1 day's rest. Our team pick is Bulls plus 8 points. Boston is 1-4 against the spread in its last 5 games overall and 1-5-1 against the spread in its last 7 games versus a team with a losing straight-up record. Memphis Grizzlies vs San Antonio Spurs. This Monday, the 13-27 San Antonio Spurs will travel to Memphis, Tennessee to take on the 25-13 Memphis Grizzlies. Tip-off will be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time inside the FedEx Forum. This will be the second time that these two teams have matched up this regular season, as Memphis defeated the Spurs 124-122 in OT the first time they matched up. The San Antonio Spurs are coming into this one after losing to the Boston Celtics 121-116. They struggled on the defensive end of the court as they will have to force more turnovers and apply more pressure if they want to challenge the Grizzlies on the road. The Memphis Grizzlies are entering this matchup after defeating the Orlando Magic 123-115. They will need to stay aggressive in this one and continue to attack the paint if they want to take care of business at home. I like the Memphis Grizzlies at home as I see them being the better defensive team in this matchup. Yes, Morant and Adams could be out, but I've loved the way the Grizzlies have continued to play as a team. Jackson Jr. has been on fire and Brooks hasn't looked bad either. They will be able to smother San Antonio when they have the ball and keep them from scoring enough points to cover this spread. Memphis currently has the lowest adjusted defensive rating and they are holding their opponents to the lowest shooting percentage from the field. They contest shots near the rim and on the outside as the Spurs aren't talented enough to hang with Memphis. The Spurs could also be without Keldon Johnson, which would be a massive loss in my opinion. He does a lot for his team and if he isn't on the floor I see them struggling. San Antonio is only scoring the 22nd most points per game and they have the 27th highest adjusted offensive rating. They will continue to struggle from the field in this game and the Grizzlies will slowly pull away. Memphis completes the second half of a back-to-back at home on Monday, but that should not affect the Grizzlies' play. Memphis has the 9th best scoring offense in the NBA, averaging 116.1 points per game, and the 8th best defense in points allowed at 111.1 points per game. The Grizzlies have covered the spread in each of their last 5 games, leading up to the first half of their back-to-back on Sunday. Ja Morant and Desmond Bane are a tough scoring duo to contain, as the two Memphis stars are combining to score an average of 48.8 points per game. The Spurs are going to be shorthanded again as Devin Vassell is out and Keldon Johnson is questionable, while the Grizzlies have ruled out Brandon Clark and they have Ja Morant and Steven Adams listed as day-to-day. The Spurs haven't been able to get anything going lately, so it was surprising to see them almost beat the Celtics in their last outing, but the Grizzlies are coming into this game with plenty of momentum and they have been money at home for a couple seasons now. Our team pick is Memphis minus 11.5 points. The line is a little hefty, especially for a team playing their second game of a back-to-back set, but Morant and Stevens will be well rested for this one after sitting out last night, so I'll back the Grizzlies to get the big win at home. Denver Nuggets vs Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Lakers, 19-21, 9-13 away, will travel to Denver, to take on the Denver Nuggets, 26-13, 16-3 home, at Ball Arena. The Lakers have been hot lately, winning 5 consecutive games, while the Nuggets have won 4 of their last 5 games. This will be the final game of the 4-game series, and the Lakers lead 2-1. The Lakers are shorthanded again as Anthony Davis, Lonnie Walker and Austin Reeves are all out, and Troy Brown Jr. is questionable, while the Nuggets have ruled out Jeff Green and Peyton Watson again. The Lakers have managed to play some of their best basketball of the season, despite being hit hard by injuries, but they will face a stiff test in this one, as the Nuggets have been on fire, and they have won 16 of their 19 home games this season. The Nuggets have been a terrific team at home this season, having only lost 3 games. The Lakers have been largely carried by the dominance of James and his ability to create opportunity for others. Denver has the advantage in the paint, and the Jokic will be a matchup nightmare for the Lakers without Davis in the fold. Being at home, I also expect the role players for Denver to step up and knock down key shots in the second rotation. The Denver Nuggets have a tough homestand and are a dominant team when they play on their home court. I expect their home court advantage to play a big role in their victory, especially considering the Lakers will be without two key players. Jokic is coming off a 28-point, 14-rebound, 10-assist performance, while Gordon is coming off a 12-point, 10-rebound game. With the talent on the boards and the scoring talent that Denver has, they should be able to earn their 17th win at home and their second game against the Lakers. Our team pick is Denver minus 4.5 points. In addition, the Lakers are without two key players, including one of their top scorers, so expect Denver to contain James and punish the rest of the Los Angeles offense. Take the Nuggets winning their 17th home game and ending this regular season series 2-2. Sacramento Kings vs Orlando Magic. The surprisingly solid Orlando Magic head to Sacramento, following their impressive 115-101 victory over the defending champions Warriors at Chase Center. Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner had 25 and 24 points to lead the scoring. It was only the fifth road win of the season for Orlando in 18 attempts. They are 6-point dogs against a Kings side that already beat them once this season in an overtime thriller back in early November at Orlando. In the last 10 meetings, Orlando and Sacramento will close down their two-game regular season set. Back in November, the Kings outlasted the Magic 126-123 in overtime as 4.5-point road favorites. Sacramento erased a 20-point deficit, while De'Aaron Fox hit the winning shot from just inside half-court. Despite losing 3 of their last 4 games, the Kings have remained in first place of the Pacific Division, but only because the Clippers and Suns are on 6-game losing streaks. Something has to change quickly for them before it's too late. Their last 2 losses versus the Lakers and Hawks have been by 2 and 3 points, which indicates that they tend to struggle a bit in the clutch. De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis have the experience over the young Magic side though, so I can definitely see those two dominating tonight. Fox had 37 in the first meeting, while Sabonis finished with 25 points, 11 rebounds and 6 assists. Our team pick is Kings minus 6 points. I'm expecting the Kings to go on a run here. Their next 4 games are versus Orlando, Houston, twice, and San Antonio. That's a solid opportunity to get back on track and improve their playoff seeding in the unpredictable West.